Hey guys, what's going on? Brian here. So coming at you with another makeover video. So if you haven't seen my last video, I took a vintage trunk that I picked up at a garage sale, literally right down my street, and I ended up paying about $35 for it. I brought it home, I power washed it, sanded it, did a little bit of rework to the body, filled in a couple of gaps on on the trunk, and then gave it a couple of nice looking overcuts. Unfortunately, I couldn't keep that beautiful look of the wood just because of the amount of damage that was to the part. But I was able to get it restored. I got it to a point where I thought it looked really nice. Ended up putting it up on Facebook Marketplace and sold it for a profit. I bought it for $35, and then, maybe a day or two's worth of work, and then ended up putting it on Facebook Marketplace and sold it for about $100. So for me, that was a really good opportunity to get myself into the projects, into the hobby, and start seeing what I can do. In fact, with those profits, I ended up turning around and putting them into my next little effort. So I ended up picking up a coffee table. It's about a 4 foot by 3 foot, or maybe 2.5 foot coffee table. It's solid wood. It looked really nice. It did have some wear marks and damage up on the upper surface, but nothing that couldn't be reworked. I really liked it, the way it looked. It's very sharp, it's very clean, but I'm gonna go in and try and give it a couple of coats of paint and really try and make that wood look pop on top. So check this out. This is a table that I just picked up off of Facebook Marketplace. It does have some wear here, but all in all, like, the wood looks really nice. Nothing that a good sanding wouldn't refinish. I plan on completely changing the color on it. It's about 4 feet by about 3.5 feet. Yeah, I'd say about 1.5 feet tall, so looks pretty good. Let's get started. All right, so first steps first. Ended up taking off the legs, sanded down to remove that top layer, and then got a first pass on some primer. Kind of made a mess, but not too worried about that because this will eventually get sanded as well, and it'll look a whole lot newer. So stay tuned. Not too bad. I think what I'll do is end up keeping the bottom of that table pretty clean because it looks really nice right now. I'll end up painting the trim here, painting the legs, and making this thing look pretty. Here's the final few coats that I applied to the table. Went through, masked them off. I'm just gonna be painting the outer surface of those little crossboards. And then once that dries up, I'll go in, install the legs back onto the table, flip it over, and then just start sanding that upper surface. Stay tuned. This is what it looks like with those table legs on. Really digging that lower look. So the next step is to get rid of all of my mistakes, but also make all of this nice and uniform. I'm gonna sand it down using some pretty good abrasive paper, and then I'll come back in with the fine finishing paper and start from there. product after hand sanding with the orbital, and right before we start going into the wood standing on top. So all in all, looking pretty good so far. That is the final product of this table. Look at that thing. And if you've stuck around this far, I really appreciate you watching my video. If you can, throw me a thumbs up, a like, drop me a comment. What should be my next project? Let me know. Later.